All right, I wanted to make a video letting you guys know of an update that I have made to my gear, and that update is some electronic hearing protection. In particular, we'll be talking about the Axil Trackr Blues. And before I talk about these, I'll talk about where I've been and where I'm trying to get to as it relates to electronic muffs and in-match timer solutions. So my history's been, I guess, a little bit further than this, but and maybe someday I'll make a video on the in-the-ear stuff that I was using before coming back to over-the-ear muffs. The long and short of the in-the-ear options was I wasn't getting quite the sound reduction that I really felt like I should have from the in-the-ears. I changed some things with going from a cheek to a jaw weld on my precision rifles. That led me back to liking these when I was using a higher cheek weld. You can see I was chewing the heck out of my ear muffs. So if you're running a cheek weld on your rifles, you're probably going to struggle a little bit with over the ear. If you're running jaw weld, electronic over the ear muffs, should be no problem. So these are the Howard Light Impact Sports electronic muff on off. The one thing that I will say and highly advocate for doing is I did the gel cups from the original ear muffs, and you can wear these forever and they're super comfortable. They work really well. And these will stay in my bag as a backup moving forward. The other part of this, and there's a video on it, is this guy, which is the Crush It timer from 5x5 Precision. This thing has really improved my pace on match stages for precision rifle, NRL 22, that type of stuff. I love it. I ran it on both my PRS and my rimfire rifle, and it's a great solution as an option to where I will be going to. So you can kind of watch my other video on this, but this one you can change the time, a couple things you can hear to get it to where you want to. It's a lot of beeps, and it's a little bit annoying having to do this at every mat or every stage. I mean, you can hit them both at the same time. It resets, start over if you mess up, whatever. And it's a countdown timer, and it beeps when it's done. Still really enjoyed this, but it was about time to look for an upgrade to both of those systems. We'll see if I can do it, but there is, this is an Apple Watch. Let's see if it'll flip over. Probably not gonna flip over, but there is this guy here. So we're gonna try this again, do a quick cutaway. I didn't do a very good job on the first take, holding my wrist and screen so you guys could see it. So Apple Watch, this is the app face, this little blue symbol with the green clock on it is Precision Map Timer, or Match Timer, sorry. Precision Match Timer is a app within the Apple iTunes or Apple App Store. But you go in here, and I'm actually gonna go back a screen. This is how it normally comes up. So you can see, you can put some different times on here. So a minute 35, sometimes a minute 45 is a typical PRS center fire stage. 2 minutes, a lot of rimfire stuff. You can set custom ones for like 4 or 6 minutes. So 4 being individual NRL hunter, 6 minute being like a team match. You can really set it for whatever you want. And so if you go in to here, you can see that there's several different alarms set. Most of the time this will start with like 4 different alarms. I've set obviously plenty more. And you go into one of these and you can set the time, a vibrate mode if you want to have that. You can set the color of the background around the actual time count. So clear, you know, maybe when you start, green as it ticks down, going into yellow, and then red as you're getting to your last 10, 20, whatever seconds that you want to have. Whether it has an audible voice alarm, which you guys will hear later, which is kind of the key to all of this. And so you go through all those. You'll see that it has an option checkbox for a last 10-second countdown, which I particularly like. So when the match stage gets a little thin on time, you know, if you need to get to your final trigger press or speed up, slow down, whatever it is. And then when you're ready, it'll come up with whatever that stage time is that you've chosen. I put all my my support gear, so my rear bag or whatever, in my offhand, so my left hand in this case. And then when you get ready to start, you can kind of hold it wherever, and then with a flick of the wrist, it starts. And you'll see it will become audible here in a couple seconds.
1 minute 15 seconds.
We'll let it go kind of one more round here. Because I think it changes colors.
1 minute.
So you can see kind of the background has changed. I'll let it keep running and cut back to the other video. Down to, I'll let it keep running. You guys will see it'll do your 10-second countdown when you get down to the end. So
45 seconds.
You can really tell pace-wise where you're at in a stage. So it's super easy. It'll get done. You hit next stage, and then you get ready back to the start point, and you're off to go again. So
30 seconds.
See, so it's red now. I really don't look at this. A 22 match, we're not really using ear protection. You can use this with your AirPods. So you can put an AirPod in while you're shooting as an option too.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
So that's it. So then just hit next stage and it goes back to, you know, that start screen. So on a center fire, you can get away with the sound enhancement from this. Now, obviously, traditional electronic earmuffs, it'll stop the sound from coming in when you take your shot and the report of the rifle, but it'll still pick up the sound enhancement from the mics on something like this Howard Light. So the Axil Trackr, which, by the way, Axil does have an upgraded option for the gel cups. So I've done that. That's not what comes standard on here. You do have to choose the upgrade option. I want to say it's like a $30 or $40 option. After the Howard Lights, it was a no-brainer. I was going to put the gel cups on it. But with these being Bluetooth, and they're just 2 AAA batteries, there's the connect the Bluetooth button. There's the on-off, just like the Howard Lights or most other, that's the sound enhancement and the sound deadening. But then you have the second roller, which is the Bluetooth. And so you can Bluetooth this to your phone. You can also, at the same time, Bluetooth it to your Apple Watch. And when it's Bluetooth to your Apple Watch, the shot timer comes into the electronic muffs. So it's right in your ear. And so you're going to get, at the same time, you get the sound enhancement from your surroundings. So ROs, people calling impacts, misses, or they don't really call misses, but calling impacts or not calling impacts. You hear all of those sounds. You get at the same time the noise reduction. So when your shot goes off or an adjacent stage shot goes off, and you also get the sound from the Bluetooth. So you get all kind of three of those things happening together as part of this in the ear. So I have not used the combo in a match yet. I do use my AirPods when I dry fire practice running stages, specifically more for the NRL stuff. But giving an option where you don't have one more thing hanging off of your rifle, like using the Crush It, you don't have to go, set all the beeps and all those things kind of each stage with the Crush It. But you get an in-the-ear shot timer with a flick start, which is easy because you also have those bags in your hand, and you're off to the races. So, so again, these are the Axil Trackr Blues, which is Bluetooth. And with the Apple Watch, if you have one, it is on the App Store, and it's precision match timer. So thought I would share a little tip. I'm excited to run this kind of whole setup at a match. I did run my entire last NRL match with this guy, who was nice, close here at my ear. So hope this helps. It gives you an option to do something with a little bit more technology. And like I said, if for some reason you have a battery issue, these run short for a 2-day, and you don't have backup batteries, or you don't want to spend on the Bluetooth, you can still pair up your in-the-ear, over-the-ear electronic muffs, and it'll enhance the sound out of the Apple Watch. So talk to you guys later.